Ayan. Ayan, I think we're live na on the page.
Yes.
Ayun.
I'll just
Hi,
share it
everyone.
inside the group.
Sige, Pia. Thank you. Ayan. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. So, this is me, Days, and I have Yan with me. We are from the Powerhouse OBM freelancing community. If you're not a member yet, please join us. If you're into systems for scaling your business, strategies for getting clients, and organizing your workflow for your freelance business, or if you want to become a system strategist, project manager, or operations and business manager or OBM, then that group is definitely for you. So join me na Powerhouse OPM Freelancing Community on Facebook. And today we're here because we are continuing on with our series called A Day in the Life of a Powerhouse OBM. And today we have a very lovely guest, lovely and young guest, kasi she is the bunso of our Powerhouse OBM batch, at least, that we're having right now for batch 3. If you have anyone in your family who's still in college, who's still studying, or baka ikaw, college ka pa, or may anak ka, may kapatid, may kapag-anak, you definitely want them to watch this with you. So, invite them na or share the link to this stream para more people can watch it and ma-inspire sila sa story ng ating guest. Sige, I know it's a holiday, so happy Labor's Day, everyone. Thank you for spending your time with us. If may questions kayo sa guest natin, sa journey niya, feel free to drop it in the comment section na lang, and we'll read it later. Sige, without further ado, allow me to introduce our guest. So our guest for today's session of A Day in the Life of an OVM is already an operations and business manager. Well, she's an operations and business manager in the making because she already has clients and she's implementing what she's learning slowly but surely to her existing clients. And she's juggling college life pa while bossing it in the startup and agency world because she excels in optimizing daily operations for agencies and startups. So you heard it right. She's still in college, graduating, but during the time that she joined Powerhouse OBM, she's actually still in college noon and I think doing some ano ba yun, projects or thesis. And ano to, President's Lister. Oh, di ba? Proud kami dito sa aming Powerhouse student na to. So without further ado, let me welcome our guest for today, Mary Rose Arnigo. Hello, dear. Good afternoon.
Hi, Coach Ate Ben.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Ang cute naman ito.
Yes, oh, 'di ba? I love it. Sige. So, before we proceed, no, can you just quickly, share a little something about yourself, siguro dear sa ating viewers, na hindi ko pa nasabi pala in the intro.
Siguro Coach, yung mga hindi ko pa nasabi. Ayun Coach, breadwinner ako since I think 18, after graduating senior high. So yeah, yun. Doon ako nag-start maging breadwinner. Previously, nasa call center industry ako, BPO, for like 4 years. And then, nag-transition sa pagiging EA. I think second year college ako nung naging EA ako. And then, third year ako last year, nung unti-unti, nagta-transition na to OBM. Ayan. And then, yeah, graduating na.
Ayun, 'di ba? So, she's gonna start reaping the benefits of her hard work. And actually nga, imagine college student tapos syempre dami demands yun sa school no tapos you're working pa. So, the work ethic lang, that this young lady has is amazing. And how much more pa kaya ang ibu-boom ni Rose at ang ibu-bloom ni Rose pag malaya ka na sa college and you can really start, getting clients for your OBM business. Sige, sige. Ayan guys, hatakin nyo na ang inyong mga kapatid, kamag-anak na nasa college pa. Share the link to this stream and we'll go ahead and start. So, siguro Rose, you mentioned a little bit about, yun nga, ever since breadwinner ka, and I'm sure marami sa viewers natin are also in the same situation. I want to know, okay, college student ka, pero how did you learn about freelancing? What introduced you to it? And ano yung mga una mong naging job?
So na-discover ko po yung freelancing nung time na ano, sorry baka may background noises. Nasa province kasi ako. Pero okay lang. Ayun po. Na-discover ko po yung freelancing nung patapos na yung pandemic, then kailangan na ulit mag-report sa office. Tinatamad akong at saka hindi ako vaccinated kasi that time. Parang kasi nga dami pang chika about sa vaccine, ganun. So parang, requirement siya pagka magre-report na sa office. So, ginalugad ko yung Facebook, yung TikTok para makahanap ako ng mga permanent work from home na job. And then, dun ko na-discover yung freelancing, yung virtual assistant, yung executive assistant. So, dun mo ako nag-start.
I see. So your very first freelancing gig talaga is as a VA or EA. Tama ba?
Yes po. Opo,
I
EA.
see, I see. And are you still with that client now or hindi na, nag-shift ka na rin naman sa iba?
Nag-shift na ako, coach, sa iba.
I see. Siguro for the benefit of those starting out na maybe yun nga, in college now or talagang newbie sa freelancing, can you share more around yung mga naging task mo dito sa unang client mo as a VA?
Yung unang client ko po, talagang very VA talaga siya. Like, pag-aayos ng inbox, pag-manage ng calendar, and then, pag, ano pa ba mga ganun? Pag-book ng mga flights, pag may travel si client, pag-book ng hotels, and then, kapag may mga admin task na yun siguro ito yung isang part na hindi ko masyadong bet sa pagiging EA. Yung kapag merong yung team na kung nasan ka, pag may mga tasks sila na time consuming, parang di nila bet gawin, ayun, nasa iyo din yun. So, yun po.
Ikaw ang sasalo.
Ayun.
I see. All right. So, for people listening, as you probably heard, no, yung sinabi ni Rose, calendar management, email management, booking ng mga travels, flights. So, things na pwedeng aralin if you really want to get a client now. Would you say, and would you agree, Rose, ang pagiging VA ang isa sa mga pinakamadaling i-transition to na skill?
Yes, coach. Kasi siya parang nasa Google lahat. Kasi pagka naging VA ka, Google Suite, survive ka na. Ganon. Kasi lahat nandun na Google Flights, kapag mag-book ka ng flight, inbox, Gmail, calendar. Basta marunong ka nung mga yun, okay na okay ka na. Survive na.
I see. So parang, did you also go with what's easiest for you to start with at that time kaya ka napadpad sa VA? Kasi parang nag-search ka ng freelancing and then nakita mo VA. Pero what made you decide na, VA muna ang gagawin ko? Is it because it's, yun nga, parang madali?
Yes, coach. Tsaka kasi dati, ang sikat kasi dati, ang pinakamadali naman talagang sumikat is yung social media kasi maingay sila yung mga social media managers. So parang overwhelming siya kasi ang dami mo agad kailangan malaman, may analytics agad, may pagre-report ng kung ano-ano. So ang dami, kailangan ko na ng work. So doon tayo sa pinakamabilis. Yan po.
Got it. Alright, sige. So mga how long to dear na? Like ilang months or years ka bang nag-VA bago ka nag-shift to another skill? Or at least nagdagdag ng another skill?
Siguro coach, 8 months. 8 months akong yun. Tapos unti-unti na ako tapos unti-unti na ako nakakakita ng mga webinars about freelancing, about choosing one skill, one market. Ganun. Dati kasi kalat-kalat lang. So, yun.
Oo, got it. Pero, how did you learn naman about OBM and how did you get connected ba? Since parang 8 months kang into VA lang and then you're doing school, how did you get into this world?
Yung OBM coach, una ko siyang nakita yung unang-unang Tribe X coach. Tapos nakita ko kasi parang isa ka sa mga nag-sponsor doon. Parang nagbigay ka ng para dun sa class mo. Tapos nakita ko yun nga po, ikaw yung first OBM coach or nagkaroon ng at least ng course for OBM dito sa Philippines, mga ganyan. So, dun ko po siya parang na-start na explore na, okay, ito pala yung OBM. Parang hindi siya sobrang malayo sa pagiging EA, pero kumbaga sa parang more on strategies kasi 'di ba po ang OBM. Kasi sa VA, talagang more on doing talaga. So, doon ko po siya na-start. Doon po ko ito nakilala, tapos pinalo ko na yung Facebook mo. Hindi ko po alam kung inad kita, pero alam ko nag-follow ako. Tapos, yung unang-unang batch, nakita ko na yung batch 1 yung promotion ng batch 1. So, kaya lang, parang hesitant pa ako nun kasi wala pa akong kaperahan noon. So, medyo nag-ipon-ipon muna si Ante. Kaya po nung batch 2, talagang, ayun, ginob ko na.
Oh, I remember the message pa. Dinasal niya, sa prayer siya ni Rose, guys, yung pang-join niya sa batch 2. And syempre, parang sign. She was asking for a sign, and binigay yung sign. So, all in na siya. So, I love that about her. And akala ko i-share mo doon sa Tribex, namigay ka ng akala ko namigay ka ng photocard ng BTS. Kasi namigay talaga ako. Kasi meron ako standy ni Jimin. Tapos, pili o yung mga pag-ganon. Pero yeah, it was fun. And yeah, happy na through that event, you're able to explore the world of OBM. And then, sabi mo nga, hindi siya ganun kalayo sa pagiging EA mo. Kaya parang you considered venturing into it. Tama?
Yes po, opo.
Pero around that time, dear, ilan na yung clients mo as a VA?
That time, coach, nung naging client kita, nag-enroll ako sa, I think I have two clients that time. I have two clients.
Got it. And so you got two clients in the span of 8 months and you're doing college. What do you think, anong ginawa mo? Like, anong secret? Bakit dalawang clients ka na? Yung iba, isang taon na freelance, wala pa nakuha ang client. What do you think is different with you na you're able to grab two clients agad even though ang dami mo ring ganap sa life?
Siguro, coach, kasi yung dalawang clients ko na yun that time, pareho siyang referral. So, I think talagang nakabangko ako ng magandang feedback dun sa unang-una kong client. So, yung isa, parang nirefer niya ako dun sa network niya. And then yung isa naman, nirefer ako ng co-VA ko. Tapos ayun, yun po. Hanggang ngayon, client ko pa din sila.
So parang it's because you were able to develop good relationships. That's why those leads were referred to you. Ayan guys, so it's important din talaga na you build and develop relationships kasi you'll never know what can come up out of those relationships. Not naman na may agenda ka, pero yung genuinely caring, genuinely showing up, kasi if they see na, okay, maybe yung client nila, may nakausap sila na need ng skill nyo, regardless kung skill yung offer nyo, magiging top of mind kayo yan. So, it's also really helpful na you find your own communities online. Kasi down the line, kayo rin yung magre-referan ng clients. Alright, so that was good intro, guys. So I hope yung mga VAs dyan, especially EAs, yan, inspire kayo sa naging transition or at least quick backstory ni Rose. Now, maybe let's go to the meat of the topic, no? Like, now na you're an OBM, or at least slowly. Ako kasi, I see you as an OBM na. So, hindi ko naman niintay mo pa bago sabihin na, I am an OBM. Pero, sige, let's discuss more about that. I'll hand it over to Vian.
Yan. Hi, Rose! Okay, so, ayan na ngayon naging journey ni Rose, no? So, di ba, yun nga, nag-transition ka na from EA to, I think, meron ka pang YAP skill that you discovered yung pagiging OBM. Now that you are an OBM yourself, how does it feel now?
I guess, yung isa po sa mga, kaya din, kasi nag-explore din ako ng skill before, and then parang sa akin kaya yung OBM, alam ko na yung OBM na yung for me, kasi yung may fulfillment siya compared dun sa pagiging EA. Nung EA kasi ako parang, ang target ko lang in a day is matapos yung tasks. That's it. Ganon. Gusto ko lang matapos to. Gusto ko lang na makita ng client ko na nagawa ko yung trabaho ko, and then that's it. Unlike po sa OBM, meron ka ng reason bakit mo ginagawa yung mga bagay, hindi lang para matapos. Parang you're there because you want to make things better for the business, mga ganun. Yun po yung isa sa mga reason or ayun po.
I see. I guess even for I remember for me and for Ivy, the word fulfillment keeps on rising sa inyo. So I guess talaga Coach Days and Rose, no, kapag OBM, there's this sense of fulfillment talaga. We just don't stop doon sa, okay, ito yung strategy, ito yung pwede nating gawin. At doon tayo sa success talaga towards the end goal, which is yung makita talaga natin that the progress of the projects or of the goal of the client is being implemented talaga. No? So, I'm happy that you are now fulfilled. Di ba? At the age of 20, ilan taon ka naman, Rose? 22? You can finally say
Ano
that
ba,
I have 20?
Ay, sorry, 24 po.
24,
24.
may fulfillment na si Rose, di ba? So, okay, that's very, talaga, inspiring, no? Kasi even if I have, di ba, I have, 2 college students din. Ang fulfillment naman for them is really, nakikita nila na yung hard work talaga nila is coming into fruition. No, so I guess for all of the college students out there, ando doon parang looking back, sabi ko nga nung college ako, parang ma-defense, makapasa lang ako sa defense ko, yun na yung fulfillment sa akin. Pero itong mga batang to, like, karugtong talaga siya ng college, yung transition nila palabas, Coach Days. That's where fulfillment is being observed sa kanila. So talagang, I think it's because of the social media na rin, no? The rise of awareness talaga. Kaya nakikita nila na, hindi pala natatapos lang dito. It should transpire even doon sa workforce. Ayan, nawala na si Coach Days. Alright, so, Rose, thank you so much for that fulfillment and the fulfilled answer. But, okay, so going naman sa next question ko for you, na-experience mo na yung OBM, di ba? Nagagawa mo na siya dun sa mga agency clients mo. For you, what do you think, what surprised you about being an OBM? It could be the reality, the good ones and then the bad ones. Pero let's start with the good ones. Nung you're taking the role of an OBM, ano yung good realization mo?
Siguro po yung isa sa mga good realization ko nung naging OBM ako is yung client mo, kapag parang iba yung trust nila sa'yo kumpara sa EA ka. Iba yung trust. Like, they ask you, anong opinion mo? What do you think about this? What do you think is the good strategy to handle this? Mga ganyan. Anong maganda nating gawin? So, yung trust ng client, kasi ako yung binavalue ko as a person, sobrang big sa akin ng trust, kahit hindi sa work. So, yung trust ng mga nagiging client ko, sobrang, yun, masaya siya. And then, other realizations, siguro po yun, mas malaki na lang nga talaga yung hinahawakan mo. Hindi na yung pag-aayos ng spreadsheet, hindi na pag-aayos ng slides. Mas malaki na yung scope ng work. Pero, yung learnings, mas madami din. Kasi, as you experience it kasi, parang doon mo makikita, ay, pag ganito pala ginawa ko, ganito pala nangyayari, kaya pala yung ibang companies. Tsaka nakita ko din kung bakit, yung reason behind sa mga things na or strategies na ginagawa ng mga ibang businesses. Kasi before, tataka ka, bakit kailangan nilang gawin yun, bakit ganyan, bakit ganyan. Pero nung nandito na ako, na-realize ko na siya lahat. Ayun po.
Yes, I like yung sinabi mo na the reason behind, no? Yung behind the scene, kasi yun talaga tayo, di ba? Kumbaga, the clients or sila yung front face talaga ng brand nila or ng company nila or agency. But tayo kasi yung behind the scene people, no? So, we need to get to the root cause. Kumbaga, nakukuha mo agad yung may mga root cause analysis pala, ito pala yung reason, bakit yun yung goal nila. So, you're there in the process and that's something na, yun pala yun. Dati kasi surface level lang yung nakikita mo, no? But with your role, what surprised you is doon ka from the ground talaga, down to the foundation, to the root of it all. And I like it then, Rose, ang sinabi mo that you feel trusted. Di ba? You feel trusted na before, yun, pag VA ka kasi ang trust, it's more of, okay, ito yung output ko, ito yung naging productivity ko for today, for the week. But with your role as an OBM, there's a deeper meaning of trust, no? That they are trusting you based on the strategies or the thinking side that you have shared with the client, no? All right, that's very good to hear,
Opo.
Rose. Now, ano naman yung bad? Of course, syempre there's the good reality. Meron din tayo dun sa bad, hindi naman bad, but papakita talaga natin yung realidad ng pagiging OBM. So, ano yung na-surprise ka na, nung naging OBM ako, ito yung nangyari?
Siguro po yung isa sa mga yun lang talaga, pag may mistake, pag may palpak, pag may hindi na-meet na deadline, ikaw talaga yung gagawa ng paraan nun. Wala ka nang ibang i-blame na, hindi mo kasi sinabit sa akin, hindi mo kasi binigay, di mo naman sinabi. Wala na yun. Ikaw na yun lahat. So, yun po. Overwhelming siya, especially kapag unang beses mo hawak ng isang project, ganyan. Kasi nga, wala ka nang dedependehan na, wala ka nang sisisihing client na hindi mo kasi ino-own mo na siya yung accountability iba. So, yun. Overwhelming. And then, at the same time po, siguro, aside sa overwhelming siya, masakit sa ulo. May times na masakit sa ulo. Kasi nga po, puro ka, iniisip mo lagi, paano ba ito magiging okay? Habang ginagawa mo siya, masyado pala itong, tsaka yun po, nagtatanong na kasi ako hindi na ako kagaya dati na pag sinabi sa akin, okay, gagawin ko yan, sige. Ngayon, tinatanong mo na bakit natin kailangan gawin to? Ano bang reason? Ba't may problem na ganito? May mga ganun na. Tapos gagawa ka na ng something doon ka gagawa ng strategy. So, yun, marami na siyang isipin. Overwhelming. Tapos, ayun po.
Yeah. Oo, 'di ba parang for OBMs kasi 'di ba parang our message kasi across all yung kung ano man yung magiging target market natin is, are you feeling overwhelmed? Let me handle your yung pala tayo na overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Kami na lang yung ma-overwhelm kaysa ikaw. Dapat pala ganun na para mas straight to the point. Kami na lang ma-overwhelm kaysa kayo ang ma-overwhelm. But during those period, no, of overwhelming period nga, how did you overcome those, well, I would say, hindi naman siya talaga panghabang buhay, di ba? It will happen like in a day or two, di ba? How did you like overcome or how did you strategize to overcome those overwhelmed or those are the period of kasi stuckness no? So how did you overcome that?
Ang ginawa ko po nun, bumabalik ako lagi dun sa Thinkific. Ayan, close kami ni Thinkific. Pagka may mga something, yung mga worksheet ni Coach Days, yun, helpful talaga siya for me. Kasi maganda siyang starting point. At least kapag ginamit ko na siya, parang ka nang may map, in a way. Tapos ayusin mo na lang siya, depende sa preference mo. Kung something's not working for you, ayusin mo siya based kung paano siya nagawa. Ganon. Tapos at the same time po, nakatulong din sa akin yung mga calls din sa loob ng Powerhouse OBM. Kasi minsan natatakal ni Coach Days yung actually tinatakal talaga ni Coach Days yung mga problems ng agencies. And mostly naman po, same naman siya talaga. Especially sa startups, pare-pareho naman yan ng problema. So pag na-discuss niya, later on, pag nag-meeting kami ni client, sasabihin ko na, actually, I heard something about this, ganyan, share ko. And then, yun, sabi nila, good idea daw pala yun. Pero galing yun kay Coach Days. Yun. Yun po. Nakatulong siya. Tapos,
Yes.
saka ko na lang siya i-figure out after. Kasi madali na naman yun.
I see. Okay, that's a good one, no? Kasi, of course, if you're a student, you're a Google person. Di ba? Pero yun nga, with Powerhouse OBM, the community inside, of course, with the leadership of Coach Days, you were able to ask questions na nagkukos ng stuckness mo, no? Instead of you taking the time finding out sa YouTube ko kaya, or i-Google ko kaya, or sino kayong pwede kong tanungan. But with the community nga, you have quick access, no? Kahit nga i-message mo lang yan si Coach Days, wag na yan. Di ba? At may palong video pa, di ba? May mga ganong bagay.
Yes.
Pero sa tingin mo, without the guidance of your community, sa tingin mo, how long would that period of stuckness ka magstay? Like, before, di ba, you mentioned nga naka-overwhelmed ka pa din from time to time, pero sa tingin mo, kung wala yung community mo, how long would you stay in those period of overwhelmed?
Sa akin po siguro kung wala yung Powerhouse OBM, baka nga po hindi ako nag-step dun in the first place eh. Kasi mahina yung, hindi ka magkakaroon ng courage doon. Unlike kasi nung nasa Powerhouse OBM ako, alam ko nandyan si Coach Days, tapos meron akong mga kasama na mas experience sa akin na pwede ko ding pagtanungan. So, yun po, sobrang helpful ng Powerhouse OBM for me. Kasi, parang may, ano bang tawag doon? Parang di ba parang birds of the same feather flock together. Hindi mo kailangan kumuha ng kung ano-anong suggestion from other niches, from other freelancers na hindi naman OBM, na hindi naman ma-address yung problem mo. Nandun na siya. Pinag-uusapan natin siya every call. So, ayun po.
Yeah. So it's like talking to the same people who has the same expertise. No? Parang sa mga doctor, no? Ba, may pasyente kung operahan sa brain. 'Di ba? More or less, ang conference niyo ngayon are the experts then within those, 'di ba? Parang, ba't ka pa kukuha ng general anesthesiologist if hindi naman yun yung niya, yung patient niya. So with Powerhouse OB, we can get to connect, to synergize with the people who's handling the same coverage, the same scope, diba? So that's good. Now, moving on to my next question. Ayan, for all of our viewers, please drop your questions and we will try to answer that. Okay, so syempre yan na nga, Rose, no? So you are already embodying the role of being a profitable OBM, no? Now, I would want to know, and of course yung mga viewers natin, they would want to know, how does your day look like? Yung totoong look, a day in the life ni Rose as an OBM / graduating student / breadwinner. Can you share a bit of that?
Ano po, actually siguro papaluin ako ni Coach Days dito, pero ang haba kasi ng working hours ko talaga. Siguro nag-average ako ng 12 to 14 hours. Aminado naman ako kasi kasalanan ko siya. Problem ko na siya before pa. Nasabi sa akin ni Coach Days, ba't kasi hinayaan mo mangyari? May client kasi ako nakabase sa Germany. Tapos may client akong nakabase sa ayan. May client ako nakabase sa California. So, di ba parang ang layo ng time zone nila. So, medyo busy ako sa part na yun kasi, yun nga, kino-cover ko sila lahat. So, ang normal day ko, nagsa-start siya ng 1 p.m. And then, may mga meetings ako around 3 hanggang 4. And then, after 4 p.m., dun ako 4 hanggang mga 8 or 7. Usually, nagre-rest na ulit ako niyan bago sumabak sa laban. So, magre-rest, minsan, pupunta sa gym, pag may energy, minsan naman po, pupunta sa, magpapa-nails, yun yung pamper day ni ante. Ayan, magpapa-nails, magpapa-facial, yun na lang yung bawi ko kasi. Tapos, minsan naman mag-hangout with friends or mag-grocery kami ng mama ko, ganyan. Ang gastos ko pag 4 to 8. Tapos, after po noon, mga 8, may mga meetings ulit ako niyan, with clients, sometimes with customers. And then, after noon, by 11 kasi, may VA akong isa na medyo na-delegate ko na sa kanya yung client ko sa California. Kasi nga, yun yung late eh. So, binigay ko na sa kanya yun. Medyo bawas na. So, mga around 2 a.m., 3, yan. Pwede na ulit ako mag-rest niyan. Pag di lang ako makatulog, nanood ako series, gano'n, habang di ba? Ganun po, unless talagang super busy. Pag super busy, like mga first, bagong start ng bagong quarter, yun talaga medyo, at least hanggang 5 siguro nag-work ako, 5 a.m. Ganyan. Pero pag hindi naman, mga third week or fourth week na ng month, minsan naman po ganun, 3, 4, or 2, tulog na si ante. Ayun. Ganun yun.
Yeah, I guess for Rose yun nga, kasi no OBMs are alike, no? So for Rose kasi, nasa season siya na she has to provide for herself, for her family. Kaya, yun nga, she allows yung longer working hours. Diba? Because, of course, yun nga, she has a lot of clients. that's good na meron ka ng VA to delegate some of the tactical tasks, so you can really focus on those na that require your thinking and your energy talaga, no? So, it really depends, no? For I guess for Rose kasi nga yan, ang pinaka goal niya is to makapagpagawa ng mansyon kay mama at kay papa. 'Di ba? Kumbaga, ano pa eh, like, are you single, Rose? And ready to mingle? Are you single now?
Ano? Single po ako.
Di ba na-i-plug pa natin dito? Ayan. So,
Kaloka. Bet.
with the previous Powerhouse ODMs that we've had, diba, from episode 1 to these are mommies. Now, with your perspective as a single breadwinner, iba naman kasi you allowed nga longer hours because you have a different goal, and that is really to make that mansion come into reality, di ba? So, mommies, kasi ang gusto talaga namin, like,
With kids,
being
ganun.
with the kids, kaya okay lang kami sa 4 hours a day, mga ganon. Iba-iba talaga siya. So, you can actually tailor fit that based on your goal, based on the lifestyle that you really want. Okay? So, mahaba-haba pa naman yung ni Rose. So, okay pa siya magpuyat. Ayan. Alright, that's good to know, Rose. Now, we're down to the last few questions na, no, Coach Days. But before I get into the next you want to announce, Coach Days?
Oh, yes. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I was just saying earlier, pero in fairness pala, so kung 4 to 8 magastos si Rose, pag umattend siya ng Powerhouse ng 3:00, nakasave siya ng 2 hours na gastos.
Opo, Coach. Cancel talaga yung mga pampered eh.
O, di ba?
Sa bahay.
Gusto ba katipid? Umattend ka ng Powerhouse calls. Sige. But yeah, so for anyone who's maybe like Rose, in college pa, but you wanna earn a side hustle through freelancing, you can be like Rose and follow her journey and maybe consider becoming an OBM. For anyone naman na existing freelancer na you just maybe wanna upskill so you could charge more. Kasi the good thing about being an OBM, yung skill natin, guys, pwedeng i-bundle, pwedeng i-partner sa any skill. Kasi magiging power duo siya. Like, you're a social media manager, plus, online business management. That's a really strong offer. You're a copywriter, and you're an OBM. That's also a really great offer. So, kumbaga, if you're an existing freelancer wanting to upskill, hindi masasayang yung skill na alam mo na before. In fact, mas talaga nag-upskill ka lang in upscale because OBM skill, learning it and doing it really upscales you kumbaga sa hierarchy lang ng need sa isang organization. Usually kasi mostly ang need marketing. Pero nililimutan yung back-end. Kasi pag gumana si marketing, which is great, paano yung back-end, yung support, yung operations, yung day-to-day management, yun yung napapabayaan. And yun yung pain ng scaling businesses talaga, lalo na ng scaling businesses. And mas talagang need kayo. So if ever you're a freelancer wanting to upskill, definitely consider becoming an OBM. Or maybe to some like Vian, she used to be an entrepreneur. She just wants to know more about freelancing then and know more about how she can use operations and business management skills to help her simula in her own business, then you could also check out Powerhouse OBM. We're open enrollments pa rin, guys, until May 7th. However, this batch is shorter talaga, 6 weeks intensive calls and implementation calls and execution because our objective is to help you guys get your first or next OBM client. So kung committed kayo and ready na kayo, go ahead and check out the sales page. The slots lang are limited though to 25 people because we want this batch to be really intensive in a sense na mafufokusan namin lahat. I mean, all the other batches naman, I'm really intentional with the attention that I give to my students. Mas iba lang ngayon kasi nga, shorter time means higher focus. That's also the reason why I made it intentionally shorter. So kung you don't wanna, go through another course na may pre-recorded videos, if you don't wanna, have to attend calls to just watch and listen and then bahala ka mag-implement. And if you want guidance, if you want to have that competence, that confidence and a community that will support you, then definitely check out. Ayan yung link, guys. Just go to systemizeops.co/POBM4. yeah, we're open enrollments until May 7th, pero slots are getting filled up fast, so we are gonna cut enrollment na or close it once we hit 25. So let us know lang if you have any concerns, questions via email. Email it to hello@systemizedops.com, or kung nasa email list ko kayo, you could also just reply kasi I do respond to your emails din naman, guys. All right? Ayun lang for me, Vian. Back to you.
Okay, ayan. All right. So we're done with the last few. Sige. So for Rose naman, what do you enjoy most about being a profitable, not profitable, being a profitable OBM?
Ay,
Can you hear us?
ayan ko. Ay, sorry. Ayan ba? Balik na. Balik
Okay,
na.
okay.
Sorry, sorry.
All right, so we're back in studio, Rose. All right. So as I mentioned kanina, yan, you're already an OBM. What do you think, ano yung pinaka nag-e-enjoy ka talaga in being a profitable OBM?
In terms of work, ang pinaka na-enjoy ko is yung part na, yun nga, hindi na lang ako basta inuutusan ng kung ano-ano, gano'n. Talagang kasama ka na sa mga strategy calls, kasama ka na sa mga meetings, you feel included na. Sabi kasi nagtataka ako nung iiyak ko, ba't di ako sinasama sa mga gano'n? Di ba ako part ng team? Pero
Yeah.
yun, ngayon kasama na ako. Ang arte ay may FOMO. Tapos, yun yung parang nakakatuwa kasi especially yung mga clients ko kasi nasa mga foreigners sila, mga puro, yun nga, offshore clients sila, like international clients. So parang, yun nga, naintindihan ko naman dati nung iiyak ko na hindi nila ako masyado sinasama. Siguro hindi rin ganun kaano yung trust. Pero ngayon kasi, yun nga po, kasama na ako sa mga meetings. Tsaka, napapagkatiwalaan na talaga nila ako in terms of yung bigger task, mga systems, mag-handle ng project, ganun. Okay na siya. Yun yung fulfill. Yun yung nakakatuwa for me. Na-enjoy ko. And then, in terms of ano naman, yung day-to-day, nakakatuwa siya kasi hindi na ako araw-araw busy. Yun nga, may mga days na sobrang, yung surge nung task, hindi na siya same. Hindi kagaya dati. Parang routine kasi pag EA ka yun yung ginagawa mo everyday. Tapos ganun. Ngayon hindi na. So, ayun, hindi na ako laging busy. And then, in terms naman po sa personal life naman, nakakatuwa yung naging effect niya. Kasi mula nung naging OBM ako, hindi na ako takot mag-raise ng, well, si Coach Days, ayaw niya nag-charge tayo ng mura. So, hindi na ako takot mag-charge ng, yung talagang base sa value na ipinaprovide ko. Before kasi, parang kapag hinagil niya yung price, baka ako pa yung mag-offer na, or baka, feeling ko pag di ako sinagot agad during discovery call, sinabi ko yung price, ganito, tapos di siya sumagot agad, feeling ko, ang gusto ko agad sabihin, or ganito na lang kaya, kasi gusto ko lang makuha yung yes niya. Pero ngayon, because I know the value of what I'm doing na, and yun nga, the value I can give, hindi na ako takot mag-charge ng kung magkano talaga dapat yung i-charge. And then, nagbe-benefit din dun, hindi lang ako, pati yung family ko. Kasi, yun is sa mga proudest moment ko. Nung unang beses na nag-grocery kami ng mama ko, and then sabi ko sa kanya, ano ba? Kunin mo na lang lahat ng kailangan mo. Sabi niya, magkano budget mo? Sabi niya sa akin. Sabi niya, hindi, basta kunin mo lang. Hindi ko magkano abutin, di ba bayaran sa cashier? Ganon. Dati kasi may budget kami. So, yun, nakakatuwa siya. Tapos, yun, sa bahay din, nasa-spoil mo na sila. Hindi na kayo yung, alam niyo po dati nung nakakatuwa talaga, nakaka-relate ako sa mga ganong ng freelancers. Yung kakain lang kayo sa labas pag may event, ganun, may birthday, ganun. Eh, ngayon hindi na, pag nagutom kayo sa labas, tara kain tayo. Ganun na.
Yes. Di ba normalize eating out without
Yeah.
any occasion? Nagutom lang
I love
or
it.
nag-crave lang.
Yes.
Nasasagot na yung cravings, di ba? Kaya nakakataba maging freelance. Charot.
Yeah, I like it, no, yung sinabi mo, Rose, na you're now confident in asking for the price based on the value that you're giving, because there's always an exchange of value kasi sabi mo nga kanina, dati natatakot ka na baka pag hindi sumagot sa DC, ako pa yung, sige po, ito na lang yung presyo. I-onboard nyo lang po ako. Parang nagmamakaawa ka. But with the confidence that you already have as an OBM, alam mo no? You know how to set your limitation then. You know how to price your value because na-influence ka talaga ng mga kasama mo sa loob. Na parang pag sinabi nga, hoy, ba't ka nag-charge lang ganyan? Dami nagre-react. Kasi yun nga. Okay, hindi kami mga mukhang pera. But ultimately kasi, with Powerhouse OBM, alam kasi talaga natin yung kaya nating ibigay na value to the entrepreneurs, diba? It's really mind-blowing kapag nagsasabi sila ng mga feedback din nila sa atin na mula nung dumating ka, nakakapag, sabi ng client nga na isa, nakakapag-dota na daw yung asawa niya. Yung may free time na rin sila because we're taking those hours away from them, diba? And because of that, you know how to value or how to price your value, no? And syempre yun nga, happy yung family nila. Nakakatuwa rin yung wala ng budget, di ba? So, yeah, I hope marating talaga natin yung kasi there is really an opportunity out there. Yeah. It's a matter of kailan ka willing to get that opportunity kasi you don't have to wait for that opportunity to happen, no? With Rose, kinreate niya talaga yung opportunity. Diba? So, yeah, I'm happy to know that. Kasi nakikita ko si Rose from batch 2 to batch 3. Talagang at first mahiyain, no? Pero, because she's also, how would I say it? Kahit napapagalitan minsan. May mga tayo sa sinapapagalitan din, di ba? Parang hindi namin ma-team minsan. Kasi you have to hear that from us. Otherwise, di ba? Hindi tayo nag-sugarcoat sa loob. If you need to hear this so that you can take action, we will say it out of love and out of, out of care, No hard feelings, but ultimately, we would want for everyone to really step up and take the action, no? So, buti ka hindi matampuhin si Rose, but, di ba? Okay, sige, Rose. Now, I think I'm done with it. Let me just go back to okay. Ayan. Sige, Rose, we're almost done. Thank you so much for your time, Rose. Now, sa mga nanonood ngayon, sa mga nanonood natin, for all of our viewers now, at sa mga makakanood pa ng replay or sa YouTube, sikat na si Rose. What would you advise to people watching you and curious about trying an OBM?
Sa akin po, based kasi sa mga naririnig ko sa mga bagong freelancers, from employment mag-transition to freelancing, ang sabi nila, natakot sila baka hindi sila magka-client, baka pag nagka-client sila, hindi sila hindi sila magtagal, hindi maging stable. Yun naman yung sinasabi nila lagi. Pero, one thing about freelancing, especially pag nagsa-start ka, always know na yung clients mo is, they're also people who make mistakes, ganun. And they're very open din na, kumbaga ikaw, lalo pag bago ka, alam nila na may learning curve, naiintindihan nila yun. It's just lang talaga, proper setting of expectations na ako kasi on set yun yung sinasabi ko Since I'm new to this or I'm new to the business na company, ganun, there are things that I need to learn pa so I can do my job better. So parang nagbibigay ako ng time frame talaga na bigyan mo ko ng 1 to 2 months para makapag-adjust, matutunan ko lahat, and then after that I think we can work better together. Mga ganun. So, proper setting of expectations lang. Okay na yung client, mapa-local or international, that would work na. Para hindi din kayo ma-overwhelm. And then, always be honest with them. They will really appreciate that. Kasi pag honest ka na you don't know this, aaralin mo pa lang siya, as long as they see na, yun nga, willing ka namang i-explore, assure mo sila na matututunan mo naman, they would let you do it naman. So, ayun, ganun ko siguro na-gain yung trust ng clients ko before. And then, ano pa ba? Since, yun nga, the reason why we are in their business is for them to offload tasks, to offload stress, gano'n. So, make sure lang din na hindi mo din talaga i-stressan si client as much as possible. Kumbaga parang, as long as you can, parang, sa akin kasi ganun as long as makakalayo ako sa pagtatanong sa kanya, hindi mo na ako nagtatanong agad. I do my own research, I ask my co-OBMs, co-freelancers, bago ako tumakbo kay client pag talagang walang-wala na. So yun yung siguro pag meron ka ng mga things na yun or gagawin mo siya habang nagsa-start ka, goods na yung foundation mo with your first client. Then, it's not like to make mistakes. Pwede ka ding mawalan ng client. But then, kung na-close mo nga yung unang client na wala kang experience, for sure, maka-close mo yung second, third, fourth ng mas madali. Kasi may alam ka na. You're not starting from scratch anymore. So, yun lang siguro. Pag nag-fail ka sa freelancing, always know na kung mag-start, hindi ka naman babalik sa umpisa eh. You're starting from experience na. So, yun. Yun po.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. O, di ba, coming from a 24-year-old. Sabi ko, stop na lang, napapaganan ako eh. No? So, thank you so much for sharing your talaga, no? This is the most, heartfelt talaga na narinig ko si Rose. And yun lang talaga, kasi we're teaching that inside na you don't have to pretend that you know everything, di ba? Kasi pag sinabi nilang OBM, mataas yung tingin. It doesn't have to be like that. Kasi it's an open communication between you and the client, no? You just have to make sure that, alam mo, you're setting the right expectation with the client and you have agreed both. No? So, nag-agree naman kasi si client that you're willing to learn and it will take time. Okay ba siya sa 1 to 2 months na learning curve? And if the client agrees, then you're good to go. If not, edi wag, look for another one. At, di ba, we value kasi talaga yung trust and loyalty na mabibuild natin, especially with our first OBM clients. So, importante to be very honest. You don't have to pretend or you don't have to assume that you know everything. You just have to be very vocal about it, di ba? And, kasi we're not teaching yung, sige lang, try mo lang, tapos hayaan mo na lang pagtatanggalin ka lang ni client. We don't do that kasi as an OBM, we really have to make communication one of our skills. Okay, and we help you hone that skills inside OBM. Kaya nga, inside the community, kaya nga sa community we want talaga first round pa lang of our live calls, di ba? We encourage you to show up, to talk about your current struggle kasi that's one way of building or of honing your communication skills. And I like din, Rose, yung sinabi mo, you're not starting from scratch. Di ba? So, definitely, yes, if may nag-close man na client, you just have to move on. Know that you are never starting from zero. You're starting from experience. I like it. Okay. I hope for all of our viewers or mga future viewers namin sa YouTube, you're actually getting value from Rose, from a 24-year-old college graduating student who's now offering OBM for her freelance business. Okay. So, last na lang to cap this
May lang ako.
day. Yeah, go ahead.
I would just like to double down on yung shinare ni Rose na as a parent myself, parang sarap pakinggan lang nung sinabi niya about dun sa mom niya na yung biggest win niya na parang dati yung sa grocery, that means a lot for both sides eh. For you as an independent, strong woman, di ba? Na parang, I can help my mom. Ako nang bahala dyan, mama. Ano ba yan? Basta anong kailangan mo, go lang. I could, pay for it. And then as a parent, as a mom, I could just imagine, parang, talaga ba, anak? Di ba? Parang, ako nakamute lang ako kanina, narinig ko, mga ganun ko. Pero, kasi ngayon ko lang yung narinig, Rose. Hindi ka nag-update ng ganyan mo. Pero, yeah, it's lovely to hear that from you. And for sure, super happy si mom. And, I'm just glad na freelancing altogether, was able to help you, do that for your parent, for your mom, and lalo may mga kapatid ka pa, and other parents, other people na you could help pa once you graduate college. Pinapag-graduate na talaga agad din. Para lalo tulungan si Rose. But yes, and I also like what Vian said na definitely, and it started with Rose na parang, of course, it's all about open communication, and powerhouse OBMs are powerhouse OBMs because not just because we charge premium rates, but and not just because we provide excellent output, but because we are OBMs of integrity. So, tayo,
Yeah.
we're honest when we can do it. We're honest when we can't. We're honest when we don't know, but we're open to adjust and learn and work with it. Work together with the client to achieve whatever it is. Ganun tayo. Always operate lang from a standpoint of integrity. Kasi yung effect niyan, it will ripple down eh. And word of mouth na lang yan eventually. So I love that about you guys talking about it. And yeah, quickly, siguro I know holiday ngayon, so thank you to those that are joining us. Mukhang na-amaze si na Rose sa yung story kasi parang, hi, anak ko kayo pag OBM ko na baka ganun yung inisip ko mga magulang. Pero definitely check out guys, the link, let me just pull that out again. And siguro Rose, hindi ko to natanong before, naisip ko lang kanina kasi I had an interview earlier with some UP students, and they're talking about impression of people. So parang just to relate lang, is there any difference sa impression mo with me before as someone na nakikita mo lang versus nung naka-work mo na ako sa Powerhouse? May nag-iba ba? Meron bang impression nung una na totoo pala or na impression na ganito tapos ay parang hindi naman pala? Can you share more lang around that? Meron ba?
Meron, coach. Kasi nung una tayong nag-usap, nakikita ko na pala yung mga videos mo. Di ba talagang, si coach, pag naggagawa ng TikTok, talagang English kung English yan. And then, yun nga, alam ko may background siya sa teaching, teacher siya before. So, parang, merong part na, ano ba yun? Superiority complex ba yun? Dati naiilang pa ako kay Coach Days mag-open. Kasi nga, medyo naiilang ako kasi mukha siyang strict. Parang ganon. Pero nung nagkausap na kami, especially nung nasa Powerhouse OBM na ako, dun ko na hindi naman strict si Coach, na strict lang. Strict siya kasi, hindi naman siya strict actually, pero yun na make sure niya na may natatapos ka, may progress ka, and it's not because strict lang siya, ginagawa niya yun for you. Kasi without that, hindi rin kami mag-grow sa Powerhouse OBM. So parang ngayon mas comfy na ako kay Coach, mas nakakapag-open na, kapag may talagang totoong struggle, mas okay na sa akin yun. Nagiging honest ako kay Coach. Although alam ko minsan, yan. Kasi may time, Coach, na may long video si Coach sa akin. Tapos pinasa ko siya as is. Na, yung core offer document ko yun eh. Tapos sabi ni Coach, ay Rose, ayoko to, tanggalin mo to. Ganyan talaga. Pero alam mo, kaya niya lang naman sinabi yun. Hindi naman dahil pangit yun. Kasi hindi talaga siya, it won't help me kung nandun siya. And then, yun nga, talagang, ayun, kaya sobrang honest ko kay Coach Day sa mga struggles ko. Kasi, yun Coach. Dati ilang ako, pero ngayon, ayan, very open na and such.
Yes, and that's our goal naman talaga. Kasi sabi nga natin, di ba, open communication. So, we encourage that kasi we can only help you to the extent that you allow us to. And you get to do that if you're open and honest to us as well. So, thank you, Rose, for that. And minsan talaga intense din lang yung mga long videos. Kaya ko yung tono ng boses ko talagang tunog na yung emosyon ko. But no na, check the intention na lang. It's always coming from a place of wanting to, kasi alam ko may bubuga ka pa. Alam kong kaya mo pa yon. So, ayoko na nagsisettle. Diba? Yes. So, push natin. We are your pushers, guys, but the good kind of pushers. Ayun, thank you so much, dear. And yeah, know na I am very proud of you. We are very proud of you, your Powerhouse OBM sisters. So, yeah, gusto mo dumami sa graduation mo, ilan bang pwedeng pumunta? But yes, know na we are behind you every step of the way. Alam ko busy talaga pag graduating na. But yeah, I appreciate na even though busy ka, you make time. Kasi doon nararamdaman yung commitment and dedication eh. So, salamat talaga doon as well. Siguro na lang, dear, if there's one word or one phrase na you would use that would best describe how Powerhouse OBM has been for you, what would that be?
Siguro po Powerhouse OBM, empowering talaga, Coach. Magiging Powerhouse OBM ka talaga. So yeah, for me, it's very empowering.
All right, lovely. How can people reach out to you, dear? Kasi I know yung iba dyan, baka friend request ka na or reto ka na sa mga anak nila kasi single ka.
Sipag
Hindi
kong
natin
bata.
alam.
Gusto ko yun. Hindi mo ano po. Joke lang. Ano po, ay sa Facebook lang po. Facebook, Mary Rose Armigo, as is lang yan.
Kompleto talaga.
Parang, baka ma-add yung maling Rose eh.
Kaya maraming Rose.
Anong profile picture?
Yung mga picture ko po, same lang nung tarpaulin. Tarpaulin!
Mukhang pinayagan na to ng mama mag-boyfriend kasi medyo may self-promotion na.
Wala na daw ako. Hindi, yun po, yun lang po. Then, ayun, very open naman po ako for, right now po, especially sa local clients and consultations and such, and then if there's any way I can help. Hindi po. Consultation lang, coach. Sorry. Ayun po.
Sige, ayan guys. So, to clarify, open po siya to meet and connect to help you then, to share ideas as freelancers and maybe if you need help.
Yeah.
Yung ano po, yung for other stuff, ibang relationship stuff, dadaan po muna sa application process. I-pre-qualify natin yan.
May pre-work.
So what, Rose? Biyan niya ba anything to add?
Yes, so sinabi kasi ni Coach na yung very empowering yung naging experience niya with Powerhouse OPM. And yun, I'm so grateful lang na yun nga, talagang we're really empowering even the young ones, no, Coach? Kasi most talaga na nakattract natin are mommies, but little did we know that we're also impacting talaga the young generation. And I hope with Rose, sobrang excited ako sa paano pa magbo-bloom si Rose, no, into becoming a woman.
Maging roses na si Rose.
Oo, with many thorns. Ayan. Rose, talagang sobrang excited kami sa magiging journey mo pa at saan ka pa dadalhin ng OBM business mo. And I think Rose talaga kasi, Coach, she viewed the OBM service as a business, not just like, alam mo yun,
another,
freelance. Oo. It's not just a hobby for her, pero yun nga, looking forward na siya into really making this freelance a business na talaga. So,
yeah.
Yes, okay. So you can connect with Rose as well, no?
Exactly.
Yes.
And yes, and to add to what Vian said, I'm also happy that we're not just attracting moms, we're not just attracting young generations because they keep us young as well. But for batch 4, surprisingly, we're attracting a lot of males. So, if ang gusto nyo, yes, promise. So, hindi totoo guys na ang OBM pang babae lang. It's basically for anyone who has a knack for organization, management, and leadership, and is committed to do the work. So, yun yung surprising, and I'm excited to do so for batch 4, which is the intensive na. So yeah, happy, and yeah, we just continue paying it forward. The more people who are being successful as OBMs, especially our powerhouse OBMs, of course, we're rooting for you kung ano mang maging journey nyo all together, kasi for sure you'll also be able to empower the same people. I mean, more people as well. Kasi parang ganun yun, ripple effect. What you've gone through, you want to share with others. So we'll be able to help more people really live their lives by design and intentionality through freelancing. And hopefully, ang skill nila is OBM. Ayun. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you so much, Rose. Ayan, nakatipid ka na naman sa akin dahil ilang oras to. But thank you so much, Jen, as well. And for everyone that viewed and joined us here in our quick live for a day in a live series. Meron pa ba tayong ipa-plug? Yeah, tomorrow actually, ano ba bukas? First Thursday of May. So we do have Skill Mastery open sa Tribe. And I'm continuing the series there as well. So if you want to know more about OBM, definitely join that Skill Mastery session. Room opens as early as 5:30. I will share the link sa group, sa page, and sa profile ko para you guys can just click on Zoom and join as well para mas ma-explore nyo pa itong operations and business management. Thank you guys. God bless. Enjoy the holiday. Rest well, everyone.
Thank you po. Thank you, Ate Bian. Thank you po.
Thank you, guys.
Bye po.